is it, bro? Where's the go live button? That's what I'm doing. Can't go live. There we go. Lads, boys, guys, gentlemen, hombres, homens, anything that says the word male, or maybe if there's a female watching my stream, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, girls, I gotta stop. Okay, AFC Wimbledon versus Swindon Town. Big one coming up here. Relegation battle. It's not necessarily so much of a relegation battle anymore because AFC Wimbledon, I feel, will do enough. But I don't want to be too positive. I don't want to be too optimistic. We got a game ahead of us, even though Swindon Town is in the relegation zone, and even though we're in good form, we still got to do our job. We still got to get through it. So if we can get this win today, I feel like we're going to have a huge leg up over the teams behind us. And so what are they going to throw out here to get the job done here? Are they going to throw out a 4-1-2-1-2 with Ollie Palmer and Joe Pigott starting up top? That's what I like to see. At the expense of Ryan Longman on the bench, though. But, you know, Ryan Longman is not too bad of a player coming off the bench. Sorry, the hair flew in my mouth. But he's not too bad of a player coming off the bench. Ollie Palmer has had an excellent run of form lately, so I do think that's the move. And Ayuba Sal going to be playing as the attacking mid. Woodyard, Radoni playing as the two holders. Radoni playing a holding mid is kind of interesting because usually he's more of a winger. Or, hell, he's played striker alongside Pigott every now and again. But we'll see how he does there. I think he's going to be more offensive, and then Woodyard's going to stick more defensively with George Dobson. George Dobson is the center defensive mid, like, in essence right here. Woodyard and Radoni are center mids. I shouldn't say holding mids, but center mids. And then Luke O'Neill, Guinness Walker starting off as the outside backs. Hennigan and Nightingale. Did I say center backs? I meant outside backs. And then Hennigan and Nightingale playing as the center backs. Zanev in goal. I think this is the best lineup we can throw out at this moment. And then maybe, yeah, we saw Shane McLaughlin coming off the bench last time, and he did dish the assist to Ryan Longman. So I do think this is probably the strongest and most convincing starting lineup that we've had in a really long time. I know in the middle of the season we kind of shifted players throughout the season. We had players like Ryan Longman starting, but then he would every now and again he would go on the bench. Radoni was on the bench, but then he became a starter. Shane McLaughlin was a fringe starter and started a couple games, went on the bench a couple games, but now I feel like we have a true solid starting lineup, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how we're going to do today. The other team, Swindon Town, going to be playing a 4-1-2-1-2 as well. Like for like, fire with fire. And as for the stats for Swindon Town in terms of their top goal scorers, we have their top goal scorer, leading goal scorer, Scott Twine, with 5, I think. Yeah, 5 goals. Not too convincing, I'd say, I guess, for somebody to have 5 goals as their leading. No, I'm sorry, it's Brett Pittman. I'm blind. Yeah, Brett Pittman is going to be starting for Swindon Town. He has 8 goals. And then the second leading goal scorer is going to be Scott Twine as that center attacking mid. So, in the past, when I've covered games, we saw top goal scorers playing on the bench, and it was kind of bewildering to me, I guess, but this time they're throwing out their firepower, and let's see how Wimbledon can handle it. Anyway, that being said, let's pull up the live iFollow. Looking forward to it. For sure.
Truly solemn and moving occasion.
Probably wear headphones. There we go. Talking about other games while I'm at it, we have seen a hell of a week in football. There was the Borussia Dortmund versus Man City game, and Dortmund were up 1-0. They were 2-2 on aggregate against Man City, and looked to me like they were getting their goal peppered by Man City, but you never know. Dortmund could have held on, but a penalty was given for kind of a a tricky handball, but City ended up winning. I figured City would win anyway. Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Not many people had Real Madrid advancing, but I said since the first leg, Real Madrid were going to advance. And people were, I wouldn't say calling me crazy, but they were like, I don't know, I think Liverpool's going to win. Glad to see my Real Madrid prediction came through. Now, all I need now is for Chelsea to advance against Porto. Actually, no, that game was already... Yeah, the first leg. No, leg 2 of 2, sorry. Yeah, Chelsea already advanced. I thought for some reason they hadn't played their second leg yet. Chelsea advanced, so there's 3 for 3. But, yeah, PSG advanced on away goals. For some reason, I was on vacation, so I didn't follow those games. I only got to see the highlights of Dortmund and City and Real Madrid and Bayern. But anyway, I digress a little bit. Just waiting on the players. They had their moment of silence, and now AFC Wimbledon are getting a water break or something. Swindon's already out, so they're just waiting for the Dons. And then also 3-2, Newcastle and West Ham. That was a hell of a game. I got to see some of that game. I was like, I don't think it's going to be that good. I saw the first half, and like, But yeah, that was a hell of a game, for sure. I thought for sure West Ham were going to come back down 10 men. They still went down 2-0, and they came back 2-2. But Fabianski had an absolute howler in the first half. But yeah, the reason why I was like, is because I thought Newcastle were going to hold on to the win. But then I came back and saw the scoreline 3-2. I'm like, well, they still held on technically, but just barely. Anyway, we're going to be starting up here. Moment of silence once again. And here we go. Not yet. I jumped the gun there. All right, here we go. Jack Redoni's going to be kicking off proceedings here. And let me set up the scoreboard / timer. All right, here we go. It's been a while since I've done some commentary, so I may be a little bit rusty here. Okay, Swindon picking up the ball on the left-hand side with number 9. It's a good ball inside the box. They could have an early chance here. Ooh. Steered wide there. That shot that placed. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the lineups here. I don't want to get it confused. Hold on. Really good early chance there from Swindon. It was a giveaway in the midfield. The ball found its way to the left-hand side with Smith, who took a couple of touches toward the inside of the box. Laid it off low and not hard. It was just like a low pass to Twine, who tried to blast it in the near post, but it was deflected. So corner kick here for Swindon coming in. It's going to be headed away by Joe Pigott. Danger's not clear, though. Back over to the left-hand side for Swindon. They could maybe potentially put inside the box. They do. Low-hanging cross, though. Easily headed away by Will Nightingale. Bit of a sketchy early start here for AFC Wimbledon. Now the ball is once again here with Smith. Tries to take Hennigan on, but instead Woodyard sideswipes it and was able to come away with it. Okay, let me pull up the lineups here so we're not confused. All right, I have both tabs open at the same time. I don't want to say number 9, number 8, number 10, etc., etc. All right. I don't really know if there are too many Swindon fans out there, but if any Swindon fans are here, welcome. I don't really know too much about the team as well as most of the teams in League One. I'm more of a Premier League guy. I'm more of a Championship guy. I'm more of a, top club kind of person. So, not to say that I don't like to watch the lower leagues. I just don't follow the lower leagues as much aside from the team that I support, AFC Wimbledon. Just a little disclaimer there. I don't think there are too many games going on right now in the EFL currently. EFL League One standings. Yeah. It's just going to be AFC Wimbledon versus Swindon and Oxford versus Gillingham. That particular game not really having too much of an effect on the Dons, I don't think. Anyway, free kick coming in, nicely punched away by Camp at around the 12, 13 yard area. I gotta give big ups to Luke O'Neill. I know in my last video that I uploaded, an update video, I didn't really talk about Luke O'Neill. I posted something in the comments. Amazing performance against Ipswich, at least in terms of the 2 goals. He dished 2 absolutely perfect dimes for crosses. The first one coming off of a corner kick with Will Nightingale coming in. Strong, powerful header at around the 8 yard area. And then second goal was an absolute peach of a cross to, I think that was Ayuba Sal, and he was able to put it in. So anyway, Wimbledon knocking it around a little bit on the right-hand side now to O'Neill. Gets it back to Dobson in the center. Dobson playing it over to Palmer, tries to hold it up, and nice little dish pass over to Ayuba Sal on the right-hand side. Can he take someone on 1v1? He puts the cross in. Actually, it was more of a shot there. It was like a shot cross, and it was beaten away by the goalkeeper for a corner kick in that near post. Nice to see Ayuba Sal with some confidence early on. Did a couple of, not step overs per se, but he was like, oh, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? Takes a touch to his right foot and blasts it near post. Just enough to trouble the keeper. Not really enough to get into the back of the net, but here we go. Corner kick being swung in by Jack Radoni. Nobody picks it up, and Will Nightingale at the top of the 6 couldn't really catch it on the bounce there. It kind of came at him suddenly. He didn't expect it, so the shot in the end was kind of weak, and the keeper was able to dive down and pick that one up. But nobody was on the header, offensively or defensively. Kind of just fell to Nightingale. Didn't really expect that. And kind of bounced off him, actually. It wasn't a shot. It kind of just bounced off his foot. And, yeah, very good opportunity there for Wimbledon. And for anything that I think is going to be noteworthy, I will post some GIFs. I will get a Giazzo. That's the name of the software. And I'll post it in the chat. Not right now because there's still some action going on, but I hope I don't miss anything. Oh my god, I rewinded so much. I hope I don't miss anything. Okay, so I'm going to go back 10 seconds. I'm 10 seconds behind. So cross coming in from Swindon. Ooh, this is dangerous. This is really dangerous. Oh, man. So a cross came in. Header towards goal was deflected. Not deflected far enough. Danger wasn't clear. Around the 8 yard box. Somebody tried to take a shot. Bounced off Nick Zanev. Ball went high in the air. And then somebody headed it back in. Went off the crossbar. Yeah, let me get that GIF because it's too much to explain. That was a dangerous situation. Oh my god. That's what I was talking about. I was worried that if I grabbed the Giazzo, I'd go behind. But that was a really, really dangerous opportunity for Swindon. Ooh, my goodness. Okay. I'll get these Giazzos in a second, guys. I already got 2 waiting in the wings. I'll post them in a second. So now on the left-hand side here for Nessa Guinness-Walker. Okay. Throw in here. I can post this in the chat. That was really dangerous. That was very dangerous. Okay. There's the first Giazzo. Anyway, now on the left-hand side with Asal. Okay. Yeah, nothing doing there. It was just Ayuba Sal trying to get on the end of the ball there on the left-hand side. The ball's trickling towards the goal line, and they were able to hold it up. But anyway, that's the first Giazzo. That's the opportunity for AFC Wimbledon. And here's the second one. Yeah, and Swindon also had a chance in like the first 30 seconds or so in which the shot was steered wide from Swindon as the ball was played in from Smith to Twine, and Twine just took it first time, tried to hit it near post to beat Zanev on that shot. But yeah, first 8 minutes of the game, already coming out guns blazing, both sides throwing out everything they have already. Usually with these Wimbledon games, I've noticed a pattern that the game starts slow on both ends, but not this time around. Oh, Ayuba Sal with a nice interception around the midfield. Caught the defender sleeping. He was kind of held the ball too much, but anyway, they reset. Back to Dobson. Dobson plays a nice ball forward to a Sal, but he wasn't able to hold the ball up. Joe Piggott gets on the end of it, though, and draws the foul around 30 yards out. Thank you, Kodo. I feel absolutely fantastic. My right arm is a little sore, though, but the first vaccine is going to be nothing compared to the second one. The second one is going to be... the first one's nothing compared to the second. The second one, my arm's going to be a freaking balloon. I can't wait for that one. But, yeah, guys, if you live in the U.S., I think certain states have rules in place in which, or precedents in place in which you can get the vaccine. I know other states you have to wait a little bit longer. I don't know how it is in the UK, actually. I would have to do my research on that. Ooh, Luke O'Neill with a decent free kick there. Decent power. No, it wasn't a laced effort. It was a inside of the foot effort. Tried to curl it to the top post, the top corner of the frame. But considering that he was about 30 yards out, it was a routine save from the goalkeeper. But he did beat it away for a corner kick. Wasn't too convincing in the handling. Just kind of beat it away. Anyway, corner kick comes in. The goalkeeper misses it, but the ball goes over everyone's head. Referee deemed it a foul. It looks to me like, yeah, it was a foul on the keeper. I guess I think that might have been the reason why he ended up missing out on the punch. Oof. Actually, no, it looked to me like he ran forward a little bit. As a goalkeeper, usually it's best to stay on the back third of your goal because it's easier to come forward to punch a ball away than to go backward and catch it or go backward and punch it over your head. It looked to me like the goalkeeper was central, and then he couldn't really track the flight of the ball. But in the end, I think Will Nightingale coming in and maybe going for the header also kind of put him off a little bit. But anyway, I digress a little bit. Swindon Town. Woo. Okay, then. It was a back flick from the punt. It was a back flick from Swindon to try to play someone in. Ball went looping, high and looping, and Zanev collected it. Almost stepped out of the box, actually, as he landed. But that was a bit of a weird, interesting situation there. Jack Rodoni on the ball on the left-hand side. Looks to me like, yeah, Joe Piggott is able to collect that one, but yeah, tries to get it over to Asal on the right-hand side, but the pass was way off target there. Instead, it goes to the left back, Grounds, who was able to clear it away. Oh, good ball forward over to Smith, but good defending by O'Neill. He was able to cut it off. Ooh, Joe Piggott intercepts the ball, plays Ayuba Sal. I thought he got brought down, but it looks to me like no foul there. It was a nice interception from Joe Piggott, catching the defender sleeping, but it looks to me like now the ball's played over to Smith. This is end-to-end stuff. Through ball from Joe Piggott into Ayuba Sal, but Ayuba Sal, unfortunately not the most physical player, got shrugged off the ball. And then on the other end, through ball played over to Smith right away, but then Nightingale came at the end of that one, and after that he tried to clear it, but then Swindon, it was blocked, and now it's a goal kick. Back and forth stuff, guys. End-to-end stuff. Who is going to strike first? That's the biggest question. I don't think this game is going to end 0-0, let alone this half. I feel like somebody will score in this half, just the way the game is going. Too many things happening at once for me to even get any Giazos, guys. This is crazy. End-to-end stuff right now. Yeah, so as the result stands right now, if this is... a draw wouldn't be that bad. If AFC Wimbledon come away with a draw, they'll be 3 points ahead of Northampton Town, who are in the topmost relegation spot, and they have a game in hand against Northampton. So, nothing too crazy. Nothing too... Okay. Nah, damn it. Ball was played forward to Joe Piggott. The defender was trying to shrug him off, had his back turned, and Piggott fouled him. Piggott was complaining, of course, knowing Piggott, He's a very competitive, driven individual. But I do think that was a foul. Kind of hung over his back a little bit. Had his hands on his back a little bit too. So I like to see that fire in Joe Pigott, though. The fire in the eyes of the Pigs. He's hungry for a goal here. Punt from Nick Zanev, nicely held up by Joe Pigott, and now Jack Rodoni's making a run on the left-hand side. Nice pace, well done there from Jack Rodoni to be dangerous, even if he didn't really, provide any sort of skill. He didn't try to do any step overs. He just took it down the line, trusted his own pace, and now it's a corner kick for Wimbledon here. Apologies. I know it's a habit of mine because I live in the U.S. It is football. I am a big proponent of calling it football, not soccer, but every now and again it slips out because that's just a part of my dialect. So it is football, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here it comes from O'Neal. Easily headed away there. Not the most convincing corner. Back over to Luke O'Neal. Plays a nice ball inside to Will Nightingale. Couldn't get a touch on that. Ball was just placed a little too ahead of him there. I'm getting a Giazzo of that one. That was a really dangerous cross. Luke O'Neal kind of making up for his lackluster corner kick initially. That was a nicely played ball inside, but Will Nightingale couldn't wrap his foot around that one. Oof. End-to-end stuff, guys. Wimbledon with 2 clear-cut chances. Swindon with 2 clear-cut chances. It's only a matter of time before the deadlock is broken. Nice ball from Alex Woodyard to the right-hand side. Ollie Palmer. Oh! He breaks the defender's ankles. But the defender got back up and blocked the incoming shot there from Ollie Palmer. It wasn't anything crazy, too. Ollie Palmer just kind of faked it one way. Didn't do a step over. The guy slipped, but then he got back up right away and blocked a shot from Palmer. Dobson plays the ball over to the right-hand side. Nice ball played in. Played back over from George Dobson. Okay, cleared away. Here's the Giazzo. This is another decent chance here for the Dons. This is what you like to see. This is what you like to see from the Dons. Confidence in the ability to play a good ball in, and Luke O'Neal has been playing that role. Che Alexander in the middle of the season, he was the player that would try to play those balls in. Did a pretty good job of playing some dangerous balls in. As I'm speaking, Nessa Guinness-Walker with the 1-2 from Jack Rodoni. Plays a ball inside. Nice low and hard cross in the 6-yard box. Joe Pigott tried to get it first time, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. He did beat it away for a corner kick, though. Nice low and hard cross there. It was a 1-2. Getting the Giazzo here. Oof. Yeah, to be fair to Pigott, the ball did bounce up at his feet, so it was kind of a difficult one to catch sweetly. But, decent enough chance to force a save, and now a corner kick here for the Dons. I was saying before, Che Alexander would usually start over... Nesta Guinness-Walker would sometimes start and would sometimes be on the bench. Luke O'Neal would sometimes start and sometimes be on the bench. But Luke O'Neal has been that character recently to play those balls into the box, and he's been doing a solid job with that. Anyway, nothing comes of the corner, goes over everyone's head, and it's going to be a goal kick for Swindon. Oof. Swindon won a free kick at around the midfield, and they played a quick one. The referee's like, no, I didn't say... Or maybe the ball was moving there, and the referee blew it back. All right, ball to Broadbent. Yeah, they're just knocking around a little bit, Swindon. Ball lumped into the box, though, easily collected by Nick Zanev. Interesting. I just looked at the stats for AFC Wimbledon. Joe Pigott, obviously the leading goal scorer this season with 15. And the next leading goal scorer for them is actually Ollie Palmer after getting that double against Accrington Stanley. He's the next leading goal scorer, surprisingly, even though he's been the striker that has gotten the least minutes out of this particular side. Ryan Longman only has 3 goals or 4 goals, unless I'm tripping. No, so he has 8. He has 8. I'm blind as a bat. Anyway, ball played forward to Ollie Palmer, 1v1 in the left-hand side, plays it down to the center to Jack Redoni, gets brought down. It's a penalty for AFC Wimbledon. Let's go. It was a nice ball played forward by Jack Redoni as he took the ball away, as he intercepted the ball, and Ollie Palmer was waiting. He didn't want to play the 1v1. He wanted to wait until Jack Redoni came in, and Redoni got brought down. Easy penalty for AFC Wimbledon. Easy penalty call. I think that was, I don't think it was a dive. I do think maybe Redoni is not the most physical player in the world, but somebody swept him from behind. Hard to explain, really, but I'll send the Giazzo to show you guys exactly what I mean. Pigott has not had the best record in the penalty spot, but nicely placed there. Bottom corner, very convincing. It is 1-0 to the Dons. I was about to say he doesn't have the best track record from the penalty spot. Every now and again, when he would take the penalty, he would place it a little bit too close to the goalkeeper, notably when he would try to open his body up and go to the right. But instead, he goes to the left-hand side, gets the keeper the wrong way, but even if the keeper did go the right way, it did look convincing enough. And it's going to be 1-0 to the Dons. I don't think I got the moment in which Jack Redoni got brought down. But just know he got brought down. It wasn't a terrible tackle. It wasn't a horror tackle. It was just the guy tried to get a piece of the ball from behind, but typically when you try to tackle someone from behind, you're going to get a piece of the player, and that's exactly what happened. 1-0 to the Dons. Good start. And Pigs with his 16th goal of the season. I don't think he's the leading goal scorer, but he is certainly up there. And the goals just keep raining down from the Pigs. Who said Pigs can't fly? Pigs is certainly flying right now. That was a bit cringy, sorry. 1-0 to the Dons. Here we go. Swindon with a bit of trouble clearing their lines after a goal kick from Nick Zana, but they end up clearing their lines in the end. George Dobson, though, tried to get on the end of it, but his first touch was too heavy. It's going to be a throw-in for Swindon. Yeah, so it's going to be Clark Harris, I think, for Peterborough with 30. Charlie Wyke second with 23. Yeah, Joe Pigott is the 5th leading goal scorer. Tied for 5th, actually, against with Dion Charles. So, yeah, I thought for sure Joe Pigott would be at least in the top 3, but he is 5th in the leading goal scorers right now. I don't think AFC Wimbledon has won 3 games in a row since. I don't know. I don't think they won 3 games in a row last season at any point. This season also haven't won 3 games in a row, I don't think. Early in the season, they had really good form, but I think they had 2 wins and a draw, 2 wins and a loss. Anyway, Nessa Guinness-Walker with some pace on the left-hand side, cuts it back to his right foot, plays a decent ball in. Jack Redoni goes for the bicycle kick attempt, but might have caught one of the Swindon players in the face. No, I think he was kind of playing it up there. Might have caught him on the chest area, but he got up pretty quickly. Even though it was a bicycle kick attempt, it was a bit innocuous. It wasn't like Redoni was trying to... It wasn't like someone was in front of him and he tried to do the bicycle kick, but he was in front and somebody tried to stick their head in to clear it, and I think it might have partially caught him, but luckily for the Swindon player, didn't get hurt from that attempt. Oof. Ouch. Luke O'Neill tried to go for a header, and I think he might have kneed the guy in the hamstring or something. I think number 10, Twine. He's kind of hobbling a little bit, actually. Yeah, I think it might have been a knee to the hamstring there. Ooh, Ollie Palmer. There have been several cases where Swindon has kind of... they've kind of settled on the ball when they have it in the back line. Ollie Palmer came in swooping and almost intercepted it. There's already been 2 or 3 cases of that. One of them notably with Joe Pigott picking up the ball and playing a through ball to Ayuba Sal at the top of the box, but Ayuba Sal got shrugged off. Anyway, nice ball played in from Joe Pigott as he received it from Alex Woodyard initially. First touch over to Ayuba Sal. And on the overlap, it's going to be Luke O'Neill who plays a ball in, and it's cleared away. Nice little play there from AFC Wimbledon. The cross didn't really deliver too much, though. I don't think anybody was making that run. I thought Ayuba Sal was... he was expecting someone to make the run, but nothing doing. It was a really good first touch by Joe Pigott, though. I like those passes when you hold the ball up and you play it one time, like you kind of curl it with the inside of your foot and you just bend it around your body. Those kinds of passes are really nice to watch. Anyway, Ollie Palmer picking the ball up. Swindon have given the ball away a lot in this back four in this midfield. But as soon as Ollie Palmer picked it up, he got fouled. Free kick at around the 22-yard area. And Joe Pigott, Joe Pigott likes to strike these, but this one is a little bit too far away from the frame. It's a little bit towards the left-hand side, so it's O'Neill and Redoni hovering over this one. Looks to me like they're gonna play it into the box. But if it were closer to that center line, Joe Pigott's gonna have a go. And he did have a pretty good free kick goal against Accrington. Also had a good free kick earlier in the season against Plymouth Argyle. I think that was the goal that put them 4-2. It was either 3-2 up or 4-2 up, but then of course they conceded 2 goals towards the end and they bottled that one. Redoni plays it in. Nice header! 2-0. Is that Nightingale? That's Will Nightingale, baby. All right, Will Nightingale got a headed goal last time out against Ipswich Town from a beautifully placed cross from Luke O'Neill, and this time around, beautifully placed cross from Jack Redoni. The delivery has been there for Wimbledon these past few games. Nice header, though, from Will Nightingale. I mean, the delivery, it was a nice delivery, but the ball kind of curled away. It was about 12 yards out when Nightingale put that header in, but he headed it nice and firm into that side net, far post. And Will Nightingale has his second goal in the last 2 games. Let's go. Yeah, nobody picked him up. I'm surprised. That was terrible defending from Swindon. Free header there from Will Nightingale. Oh, yeah. Number 19 was the one who picked him up, Liddon. And he wasn't goal side at all. He was not goal side of Will Nightingale. Will Nightingale was behind him, and Redoni was able to pick him out. Shocking marking, shocking defending from Swindon. Take nothing away from Will Nightingale, though. That was a hell of a header. It's going to be 2-0 for the Dons. 3 in a row, baby. 3 in a row. Come on. Let's not bottle this, though. I don't think they will. I think their defensive woes from the beginning of the season have been sorted out. I don't think that they're going to be giving away cheap goals. It's going to have to take Swindon to create some dangerous opportunities to get through this Wimbledon back line. There's the Ghiazzo, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a game here. As soon as that header came off, I'm like, that's going in. Woo! Will Nightingale, he's one of our own. All right, Swindon knocking it around. I gotta say, Swindon have been absolutely woeful so far in this game. Aside from the first, 8 minutes, they actually created a couple of really good chances. After that, it's been all Wimbledon. In around the 8th minute, since that point, it's been all Dons. They've been controlling the pace. They're pressuring the ball. Off the ball pressure has been really solid for Wimbledon. They've been putting a lot of pressure on that Swindon back line and forcing Swindon to make several mistakes. They've been giving the ball away quite cheaply on several occasions. And, of course, the marking on that free kick was absolutely poor for Swindon. Yes. Gets in that. I thought for sure it was going to be O'Neal putting that ball into the box. But, Wimbledon opted to go for the outswinger. And typically, I like outswingers. I personally love outswingers. Because with inswingers, they can be dangerous. But usually it depends on someone getting a little nick towards goal. But with an outswinger, if somebody's left open, you can generate a lot more power with the header. I mean, it goes both ways. There's pros and cons to inswingers and outswingers. But if you can find somebody open, like Rodoni did with Nightingale, then if you could just get that firm connection, it's as long as it's somewhat accurate, somewhat towards frame, it's a free goal. If you get a good connection, good power onto the header. And that's what we saw there. Okay, so now Swindon are trying to played it forward to Pittman, who tried to play a one-time ball with his right foot, looping high and over, and offside, actually. Okay, offside. Smith was making that run. I want to see how that other game's going. Gillingham versus... Hold on. My computer is being annoying. Anyway. Oh, not the best clearance from Nick Zanev. Ooh, so okay. Luckily nobody from Swindon took a first-time shot, but now Swindon's at the top of the box here. That was skewed it well wide there. It was Twine who was on the ball there. It was not the best clearance there from Nick Zanev with his left foot. Luckily, it was Alex Woodyard who came onto the ball first, but then someone picked it off Woodyard. They knocked it around a little bit. Twine took a couple of touches, and then with his right foot, shanked it way left of the frame. I don't know if he's left-footed or not, but either way, that was not a very good shot there from Twine. Is my video lagging, guys? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, I noticed my my stream has been a little choppy. I don't know if it's been happening for you guys. I see it on OBS, it's fine, but on YouTube, I guess it's lagging a little bit. I'll keep that in mind. I'll have that open on another tab and see if it's not too bad. All right, throw in for Swindon, given away to Palmer. He plays it over to Joe Piggott. Ollie Palmer is zooming, making that run after making that pass to Joe Piggott, but Piggott couldn't find him. Ollie Palmer's man was able to track him all the way through. Palmer finds the ball once again, though, and is able to hold the ball up nicely and draws the foul around 23, 24 yards out. What remaining fixtures are winnable, aside from the Rochdale game? Let's see. Well, we do play Ipswich again. The 24th of April, this time away from home. Portsmouth, Lincoln. Oxford's going to be tough because they're on a decent run of form here. And their back line is not too bad. So it's going to be kind of tough to get past them. They're, all around they're a decent team. They have a decent back line and they have decent players up top. Piggott with the strike off the crossbar. That's so close. I mean, I'm not too surprised because Joe Piggott can damn well hit a free kick, but whew, just a fraction too high there from Joe Piggott. Oh, Joe Piggott almost picks it up, though. Number 5 for Swindon. Again, I've been talking about this constantly. Swindon have been settling on the ball way too much, and Grounds almost got his ball picked off there by Joe Piggott on the second opportunity there. He had the ball at the top of the 18-yard box, and he was like playing with fire there, trying to hold the ball off instead of clearing it. No way Guinness Walker just did that. He saved it, he slide tackled it, and then used his head to keep it in afterwards because he was already on the ground. That reminds me of Phil Jones when he defended, it was Man United versus Arsenal. Phil Jones slipped as he was trying to track Giroud's run. Okay, nice 1-2 with Jack Redoni. Is he going to play Tayyuba Sal? Tries to get to a Sal, but the ground cross was blocked. So much just happened in this last minute, guys. Oh my god. First off, let me get the Giazzo here for Joe Piggott's free kick, because that was a hell of a strike. So much just happened in this last minute. Very nice strike. I'm getting like 3 Giazzos right now, guys. Oh no. I'm only going to get 2. I'm going to try to explain what happened with the other 2 Giazzos. Or I could just get a Giazzo of that Guinness Walker play. That was really weird. Kind of reminded me of that time where Phil Jones was tracking Giroud's run. I think it was like a game in 2015 or something. And he slipped and he used his head to defend. Alright, I got 3 Giazzos coming up for you guys. It's going to be rapid fire. Anyway. Nothing happened here. It looks to me like a substitution. Actually, yeah, substitution happened while I was trying to get those Giazzos. So, thank you, Swindon, for making that substitution. Buying me some time to get those clips. Swindon with the cross in. Cleared away by O'Neill. Swindon with the ball once again. Maybe going to look to lump it back in. No. Number 5 tried to force a pass down to the top of the 18, but it was easily intercepted. And Joe Piggott with a nice through ball over to Tayyuba Sal. Tayyuba Sal takes a toucher on the keeper. Off the bar! No! No, Tayyuba Sal! It looked like a surefire goal, but Asal, his first touch around the goalkeeper was a little too heavy, tried to slide in and got underneath the ball. Jack Redoni on the right-hand side, though, another chance for the Dons. He takes it to his left foot. Beaten away by the goalkeeper. That's a pass back! No! Okay, I thought the referee was going to call a pass back there. It was around the 6-yard box, and the player kind of just tapped it towards his goalkeeper so that his goalkeeper was able to collect. But the referee did not call that as a pass back. I have so many Giazzos to send you guys. Oh my god. Swindon Town's defending is absolutely woeful right now. But how did Ayuba Sal miss that? No. I'm sorry. I should have gotten the scoreline. It's why is the score off? It's 2-0 right now. I don't know why the score went away on my OBS, but okay. Gyalzo number 1. Gyalzo number 2. Gyalzo number 3. Gyalzo number 4. We got four Gyalzos for you guys. Rapid fire. Here we go. I don't know why my scoreboard stopped working though. Should have been 3-0 to be honest. Okay. Oh my god. Guys, seriously. So much has happened in these last 5 minutes. It's actually crazy. All right, Gillingham 1-0 against Oxford. Not really going to do too much, I don't think. Yeah, Gillingham is in 11th, I think, and Oxford in, 8th. Anyway, ball played over to the right-hand side to number 18 for Swindon. Plays a decent cross in, but it was cleared away by Luke O'Neill. Low and hard, but Luke O'Neill was able to track the run of the back post man there. Man, that was the chance to seal the game. Even though it's only 40 minutes in, I mean, I highly doubt that Swindon Town would have come back from a 3-0 deficit. I mean, if it were earlier in the season, then I want to be like, yep, the Dons are going to find a way to bottle this. I'm not going to be surprised, but at this stage of the season, with their defensive kinks sorted out and with the whole team collectively being more consistent, that would have been the dagger, 100%. But unfortunately, that ball did not end up in the back of the net. All right. Jack Rodoni able to track the run. Okay, number 18 tries to play it over. Payne. Okay, he started on the left-hand side, but he's playing on the right now. Anyway, they're forced to reset here, Swindon. A lot of off the ball pressure here from Wimbledon, and Joe Pigott almost came away with it once again, but number 11 here on the right-hand side tries to play a cross in, but it was kind of a weak one, and it was easily cleared away. Throw in here for Swindon, though. So far, the Dons, aside from the first 6 or 7 minutes of the game, they look defensively sound. And it looks to me like they're pretty comfortable with Swindon, with defending the attacking power of Swindon right now. Or lack thereof, I should say. I don't want to be too biased. I think it's more of a defensive issue for Swindon right now than an offensive one. But anyway, ball played into the left-hand side to Smith. Nice little threading ball. Just outside the 6-yard box, an attempted cross back into the center. Was blocked, though, so it's going to be a corner kick here for Swindon. Anyway, the cross was headed away, back over. Oh, that's a tough shot. Oh, Nick Zanev with a double save. Okay. It was a long-range effort from Twine. It was a knuckleball after the initial header away, and Twine hit it from about 30 yards out. That ball knuckled towards Nick Zanev, and not the most convincing first save. Tried to beat it away, but didn't get too much distance on the parry. And on the rebound, number 11 there, who just came on, I think, 10 minutes ago, it was Jordan Garrick with the headed attempt on the first time, and Zanev was able to push it over the bar. Now, the ensuing corner kick, Zanev is able to collect. Sigh of relief there for the Dons, definitely. Yeah, not the most convincing initial save from Zanev, but I can't really give him too much flack because he's been solid throughout ever since he started for Wimbledon. He's been absolutely solid for us. Most notably, saving that penalty against Northampton, rescuing 2 points for us. Palmer. Yes! Jack Rodoni was on the left-hand side. He played a ball over to Ollie Palmer. He took a nice little turn with his right foot and took the shot. It was deflected, but Ayub Asal got on the end of it. And it's going to be 3-0 to Wimbledon. I think Ayub Asal was in front of the goalkeeper, kind of put him off a little bit, but luckily he was not in an offside position there. It was a nice turn there from Ollie Palmer. Actually, when I said the shot was deflected, it wasn't actually deflected. It deflected off of Ayub Asal, who was right in front of the goalkeeper. Kind of a poacher's goal there, and it's going to be 3-0 for AFC Wimbledon. Ayub Asal rectifying his missed opportunity from earlier in the game. Nice turn there from Ollie Palmer. Ooh. I mean, me explaining it doesn't do it justice. That was a really nice turn there from Ollie Palmer to create the opportunity to hit it towards goal. And Ayub Asal he could have easily put off the shot, could have easily deflected it the other way, but he kind of controlled it. He didn't really control it. I mean, it was a deflection after all, but he kind of corralled the ball and was able to touch it on the second touch, just toe poked it into the goal. It was a weird goal, kind of a bizarre one, but goes in nonetheless. All right, there we go. (3-0). The Dons have scored 11 goals in the last 210 minutes. Actually, not 210. 225. 11 goals in two and a half games. Absolutely insane. Where was this earlier in the season, aside from maybe the Plymouth Argyle game, in which we conceded 4 goals anyway? In the middle of the season, these kinds of opportunities were heavily lacking. We were only scoring, 1 goal a game. There were a couple chances that we didn't convert, and there were a couple of chances that we had, and we couldn't play that final incisive pass in. But this time, the Dons look a lot more dangerous, a lot more clinical at this point in the season. If only we saw this in the middle of the season, we could have maybe seen a push for potentially a top 6 spot. Maybe not. I'd say a mid-table finish would have been most likely. But, I'm happy now. This is a Wimbledon side that are hungry. And this is a Wimbledon side that have really worked out their kinks. Anyway, Swindon Town, though, number 9 there tries to beat Hennigan, but he was forced to play it back. Cross in, back in, played from number 5. Headed away, but now back over to Garrick on that right-hand side. Tries to play a ball in. Nicely blocked there by Nessaginnis Walker as he slid in to block that one. That was a good ball over. Number 9 was Smith, by the way. It was a good ball over to Smith, but he wasn't able to get around Ben Hennigan. Nicely tracked by Hennigan as Smith was forced to play it back over to Grounds to try to pump that ball in, but that ball was headed away. And then the ensuing cross that happened afterwards, blocked by Guinness Walker. The defensive shape is solid. Even if we give away a through ball or two, we're able to track back pretty well. Hennigan and Nightingale have been doing a fairly solid job at making sure that ball doesn't get past them. I'm elated right now. Ecstatic, excited, proud. Whew. Looks to me like that is going to be the half. 3-0 at the half. I'm not going to get too optimistic about it, but like I said, I don't think the Dons are going to give this up. This is not the same AFC Wimbledon we saw earlier in the season. This is a lot more of a sound defensive team than earlier in the season. I feel like they're going to be holding on to this 3-0 lead, but of course I'll stick around. I'm not just going to be like, okay, 3-0 done and dusted. Goodbye, guys. No, I'm going to stick around till the bitter end. It would have been the same thing if they were down 3-0. I'll stick around to the bitter end. So, that being said, I think I pretty much hit up on a lot of the points. I don't think AFC Wimbledon have to make any changes. Maybe a couple of changes towards the middle of the second half just for some fresh legs. Maybe bring on Shane McLaughlin potentially for either Redoni or Woodyard, although Redoni had a very solid half. Maybe not Woodyard because we need a couple of defensive mids as well. If you're gonna sub out Woodyard or Dobson, you might as well put in Jaakko Oksanen, who's kind of a defensive midfielder himself. Other than that, though, I mean, I don't really see any need to make changes right now. I think this lineup is fairly solid. So that being said, I'll be back in about 15 minutes, maybe a little under 15 minutes. See you guys on the flip side. How's it looking over here? How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing, you sexy MFers? I am back. All right. I'm trying to see if there has been any changes. Usually Google is quick to update that. Doesn't look to me like there are any thus far. And yeah, so one of my viewers made a comment earlier asking what would I feel are going to be the fixtures that are winnable. I did comment on that for a bit, but then I got really distracted because there was so much going on in that half. So let me continue on that point. Let me pull up their matches real quick. So Oxford, I was talking about Oxford and how they're a well-rounded side. You know, offensively they're decent, defensively they're decent. They're going to be playing at home, but you know they haven't had the best record at home aside from their last game against Ipswich, their current game that they're winning right now, the game that they won against Peterborough a few months back, also the Northampton win. You know, I feel like that's going to be kind of a tough task, but I feel like they can do enough maybe to eke out a 1-1 draw, or maybe, I don't know, we'll see. That's going to be a tough task, though. Ipswich, I feel like are going to be out for revenge, and that one may be a difficult game. I feel like that game that Ipswich played was kind of an outlier. Although their recent run of form has not been very good. They're 3 draws, 1 win, and 1 loss. So, I don't know, Ipswich are really a mixed bag, right? They have the potential, but you know their defense is pretty sound, pretty solid, aside from conceding 3 goals against us. But they've been having a lot of issues offensively, and that shows with their goals for tally. Only 41 goals so far in the season. So I heard the commentator saying, "Ouch, ouch indeed." But anyway, yeah, Ipswich, I think it's kind of winnable, but they will be out for revenge, so they may play with a lot more hunger and desire than the last game. I think they'll tie against Oxford. They'll tie against Ipswich. They'll beat Rochdale. Portsmouth will be kind of a tough task. Lincoln will be a very tough task. I think the most likely matches that they'll win are, of course, Rochdale. I think Ipswich is going to be the next most likely. And then Oxford will be the next most likely. Portsmouth and Lincoln are going to be 2 really tough games, I must say. So kind of a rough end of the season schedule here for AFC Wimbledon. We'll see how they can approach this, though. That goes to show, though, those wins against Ipswich and Accrington Stanley were all the more important due to the tough schedule that they have ahead of them. Anyway, the second half has commenced, and we'll see how they end up doing. We'll see how they can finish this game off. I'd like to think that with that 3rd goal, they've already put a stamp on this game, but you never know. It is football after all. It is probably the most unpredictable sport there is out there. Aside from maybe hockey. Hockey is a very, it can be a very back and forth sport sometimes. I know hockey's more of a Canadian thing, though. Shit. Okay. Damn it. Kind of off topic here. Okay. Kind of off topic here, but I just got a text from my mom saying that she needs me to pick her up later. She's having troubles with her car, but my dad was initially going to pick her up from the car shop, but the mechanic, but I guess she needs me to pick me up now. If my IRL friend is watching, of course. I was going to hang out with her around noon, but I guess that has to wait a little bit. Shit. Anyway, yeah, I digress a little bit. Nothing really too much happening here. Yeah, Swindon are just trying to find their way around, but AFC Wimbledon's back line is holding pretty firm. Here comes Swindon. Okay, they try to play a ball over to Twine. They've been forcing a lot of passes, Swindon have. I mean, at this point in the game, you kind of have to be aggressive and assertive. But even when they were down only 1-0, they were looking kind of shaky when they're on the ball. Either they would give the ball away or they would play a lot of forced passes. And the back line of Wimbledon were always able to cut those passes out pretty easily. That being said, though, they're knocking around a little bit, with Hennigan playing it forward to a Sal. Looked to me like a shove there, yeah. His first touch was off his chest, but it was too heavy. It was a throw-in, but it looked to me like he did get bodied off the ball a little bit there. That's one of the issues with Sal, is his physicality. But Mark Robinson was quoted as saying that, you know, his teammates trust him and he trusts him as well. The physicality doesn't matter so long as he puts in the work, and he does put in the work, and he has the potential to be a great player. So that's nice to see that the players and Mark Robinson himself put their trust in Sal to be dangerous despite his lack of physicality. So it's nice to see that they put their trust in him. Whew. Nick Zana with another kind of poor clearance. The back pass was a little bouncy, though, so he had a bit of trouble with that back pass. Cleared it high and shanked it to the right. So throw in for Swindon here around the 18-yard area. Okay, I thought I heard something from outside. Swindon give it away once again, though. Oh, nice little back heel pass from Ollie Palmer to find Ayuba Sal, and Sal plays Joe Pigott on the right-hand side, plays it back over, low-hanging cross to Palmer. Palmer wasn't able to get on the end of it, though, because number 26, Dominic Thompson, was able to clear it just before it reached Ollie Palmer. But that was a nice pass from Ollie Palmer. Ollie Palmer is very good at holding the ball up and playing a first-time ball. He's played a lot of those kinds of passes this season. That was a really nice touch, though. I'm getting the Giazzo of that. Sorry, I ended up picking my nose there. I usually don't pick my nose. Usually I kind of just like rub it like that, but try not to be too gross. I noticed that. Sorry about that. But anyway, I'm getting the Giazzo here. Nice looping ball in from Luke O'Neill. Ayuba Sal with the right-footed effort. With the outside of his foot, hit the crossbar. Another absolute peach of a cross from Luke O'Neill. And that's, the third time we've hit the post this game. Wow. What an opportunity there from AFC Wimbledon to really put the stamp on the game. I thought for sure they put the stamp on it with that third goal, but you never know in the game of football. That most certainly would have put a stamp on it. Damn, a lot of opportunities for the Dons here. They've been creating chance after chance after chance, and it has been showing. I mean, it shows in the scoreline, really. Ollie Palmer! Beautifully done. Back heel over to Ayuba Sal. Golazo! 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 Dude, Ollie Palmer. Filthy. Absolutely filthy pass to Ayuba Sal. Jesus. Just to rub salt in the wound here for Swindon. I mean, oh my God. That is so dirty from Ollie Palmer. It's too easy for the Dons, man. It is way too easy for the Dons right now. Here's the Giazzo of the cross. played in by Luke O'Neill. That was a hell of a cross. I mean, the Dons look like a top 6 side right now. Where was this all season, man? Where was this earlier in the season? Oh my god. That is so filthy from Ollie Palmer. I'm posting that right now. Gets a back heel in between 2 defenders. The defenders were double teaming him, and he splits the defenders with a... Oh my god, that back heel over to Ayubasal, and Ayubasal easy layoff to Joe Pigott, and Joe Pigott as clean as you like. You give Joe Pigott an inch, he'll give a mile. He's never going to miss from there. And overall, solid finish. Bro, I gotta go on my Twitter right now. I gotta go on my Twitter and just talk massive shit. No, I'm just kidding. I won't talk shit, but I'll be like, yes, come on. My Twitter at is JaggyMK. Same thing as my YouTube. Come on. My Twitter's laggy. Alright, go to my at JaggyMK. My profile picture is a bit weeby. I'm an anime nerd, but yeah. Yeah, I said, geez, AFC Wimbledon looked like a top 6 side in the last 3 games. All right, actually, let me reword that. Have looked like a top 6 side. I'm digressing way too much, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, nice ball forward to Ayubasal. Ayubasal shrugs his man off. I didn't think he'd do that. He gets brought down. Penalty. That's a sure penalty. Come on. Ah, damn. I thought he got brought down there. I thought for sure that would have been a penalty, but I guess not. That was a beautiful ball played in, I think, from Ben Hennigan from the back. And another ball clipped over the top to Ayubasal. It's Ollie Palmer on the end of it, though. Puts it back into the top of the box. George Dobson shanks the shot, though. Oh, what a ball. No, it was Alex. No. Sorry, I was looking at my Twitter. It was a nice ball played over by, it was actually George Dobson there. I thought for sure that was a pen. Anyway, as I speak, Swindon knocking around kind of a little bit toward around the top of the 18, trying to find some space instead. Looked to me like they try to play across him, but yeah, comes into challenge there. Alex Woodyard was able to come away with it. Nicely done there from Woodyard. Through ball attempt to Ollie Palmer, but it was swept away by number 5. I keep forgetting the names. Grounds. I thought that was a penalty, though. Let me post the Giazzo here. I mean, I don't really have much else to say. I've already exhausted all of my excitement about this game, and I've constantly reiterated the point that they are not going to concede this. They're not going to give this up. This is a much different AFC Wimbledon side than earlier this season with their defensive woes. And also a much different AFC Wimbledon side than in the middle of the season where they struggled to take chances. This is just an all-around, really strong AFC Wimbledon side. And where was this early in the season, man? I'm not frustrated because, you can't really be frustrated with these results. But you got to be slightly frustrated with the way the season went, considering that they dropped 23 points from winning positions. But, we move. We move to next season, assuming that, I don't want to get my hopes up too much. We still have 5 games to go after this one. We still need to get through our opposition. And we have a bit of a tough schedule in these last 5 games. But if they continue the way they're playing, then they're gonna ride off into the sunset, and they're gonna be able to see another day in Football League One, and hopefully take their momentum and take it in stride for next season, and hopefully make a push for that top 6. They're talking about Bizo and how they AFC Wimbledon want to keep their clean sheet anyway. Ball played over to the left hand side to I forget his name. Yes, Dominic Thompson. It was a nice ball played into the left hand side of that 18-yard box area, but the ensuing cross that happened afterwards was cleared away. Ooh, Twine is frustrated. He's yelling at his teammates, and he threw the ball down as the throw-in was about to commence there for Swindon. Ooh. Played into Smith, back over to the right-hand side with Garrick. Nice header away there by Will Nightingale, though, as the cross was intended for Smith, who did dish it out initially for that cross. Will Nightingale has been a rock in the back. Pickett tried to hold it up. Instead, though, he commits the foul. Jack Payne is going to be on the end of this one. Plays a quick one over to Dominic Thompson. Or actually, it was Jordan Garrick. Yeah. Swindon can't find a way back, past Wimbledon's back line. They played a quick free kick there, but now they played it all the way back to their center back there. Ground started off as an outside back, but he's playing as a center back. Anyway, they hoofed the ball upfield. Once again, nothing doing. It was hope on the run there, but it was too hopeful for Swindon Town. I'm sorry. The cringe ensues, guys. I can't go one live stream without making one cringe joke or pun. But yeah. I'm sorry. I'm taking the piss out of Swindon right now. They really have not been they've not been convincing at all this game. And I'm not trying to be biased at all. They really have not been convincing. The first half they looked scared on the ball. They kept giving the ball away in the midfield and in the back line there. And their defensive marking was not very good. That second goal was a perfect example of that. I was about to say it was an exemplary example. But anyway, yeah, that second goal, Will Nightingale on the end of a out-swinging free kick from Jack Radoni, unmarked. And, Swindon have had a game to forget, really. But anyway, the ball played over to the right-hand side for Smith. Nicely tracked back by Will Nightingale. The defensive shape is holding up here for Wimbledon. But that being said, Garrick tries to make a move around the defender, but plays it back over to Payne. Payne tries to play a low and hard pass to that was Dominic Thompson at the top of the box that tried to hold the ball up, but instead It was nicely poked away by the defender for the Dons, whoever that was. I didn't catch it, but yeah, the Dons' defensive shape has been very solid throughout this game, I must say. Unfortunately, there is no match link. You have to be subscribed to iFollow. It's a subscription service for any English team that is below the championship. The championship does have some games that they do live stream. Other games are on iFollow. But for League 1 and under, you have to have a subscription. What I do though, is I post some links in the chat, some Giazzos, some GIFs. For anything notable that happens, I post those Giazzos in the chat. So if you want to see some of those clips, I have posted them in the chat. Just go to the live replay and click some of those links, and you'll be able to catch some of the highlights that I have managed to snip. That being said, though, a couple of changes coming in for AFC Wimbledon. Jaakko Oksanen and Shane McLaughlin coming in. Jaakko Oksanen more of a defensive midfielder. Shane McLaughlin more of an attacking midfielder. Regardless, though, some fresh legs for the Dons. Dobson coming off for Oksanen. And that's going to be Longman coming off for McLaughlin. Or no, it's Rudoni. No, I'm sorry. Longman's coming on. Rudoni coming off for McLaughlin. Rudoni coming on. Sorry. I'm confusing. Sorry. Rudoni coming off. Pigott coming off. And Paul Ossiew, Ryan Longman coming on. And Jaakko Oksanen. So 4 substitutions for the Dons. I was very confusing with what I just said. Oksanen, McLaughlin, Longman, Ossiew coming on. Pigott, Rudoni, Dobson, Guinness, Walker coming off. So there we go. Also 4-0. It's not 3-0. I forgot to update the score. Yeah. 4-0 to the real Dons. I had to take a jab at MK Dons there. I usually do. I don't go a live stream without taking a jab at MK Dons. I have to let my friend know that I need to delay the hangout a little bit because my mom needs to be picked up. Oh, Swindon. Sorry, I have to text my friend because I have to let her know. Yeah, okay. My friend took it well. Yeah, so what had happened was my friend that I hang out with usually every week, she has a friend that's from San Francisco area, and she's coming down. We're all going to hang out. So initially we're going to hang out around 12:15, 12:30, going down to downtown Los Angeles. But unfortunately, my mother needs to be picked up from the mechanic, so I'm going to have to do that first and foremost, take her back home, and then pick up my friend, and we'll be at LA around 1:15. So, yeah, I had to let her know that. Sorry for being a little distracted there. Okay. That being said, though, Swindon have a free kick here on the left-hand side. Scott Twine will take this one. I'm not really too familiar with him as a player, but He's looked pretty dangerous so far, at least in terms of attacking prowess. That was a nicely played ball in. Kind of gave Paul Osu a bit of trouble there, as he did head it away for a corner kick. The ball was a little bit high and looped and forced a header away down to the corner flag. It's corner kick here for Swindon. Let's keep that clean sheet. Come on, let's go. If we get a clean sheet, ooh. Nick Zanev tried to punch it, got a little bit of a touch, enough to put off the Swindon attackers coming in there. But anyway, if Wimbledon keep a clean sheet here, let's all make an agreement to all that's winning the chat. Let's all start a GoFundMe. Or heck, even if they don't win, let's start a GoFundMe to buy Bezo a freaking drum. We got to buy Bezo a drum so that next season he'll be able to play the drum from the stands. We all got to pitch in. We got to buy him the most top-notch, top-quality drum there is. Shout out to Whale Rider 81, I think his name is. Yeah, Whale Rider 81. Shout out to him. I don't think he's in the chat at the moment, but let's buy Bezo a drum. For those of you that don't know what I mean, I will link you the video. Hold on, I gotta watch the game first and foremost. I don't want to be too distracted. Ooh. I'm most certainly enjoying the scoreline. The commentary team was talking about, they were shouting somebody out. Every now and again, they shout out people that tweet out to them or reach out to them, whichever social media platform that they're tweeting from, or not tweet. The only social media platform you could tweet from is Twitter. But anyway, I gotta give a shout out to Radio WDON someday. I gotta be like, hey, my name is Tiago. I go by Jaggy MK on YouTube and Twitter. I've been covering your games for a while. Please give me a shout out. I think I'll do that next time. I know. I am an AFC Wimbledon fan. It's not so much that I follow League One as much as I support AFC Wimbledon as a club. A bit of a story behind that. I've told this story probably a good 10 times now, but I'll try to make it as short and sweet for those of you that have already heard this story. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I played FIFA 16 career mode, and I played as AFC Wimbledon because they were the lowest ranked team in the game, and I wanted to play as them in the hardest difficulty setting, get them all the way up to the Premier League. I then decided to follow them. I'm like, okay, let's see what they're all about. At the time, I did support Manchester United. It's a team that virtually every American supports, let's be honest here. But, the reason why I supported them is because I used to like Cristiano Ronaldo back in the day, so yeah. Anyway, I digress. I followed them, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then I found out about their story. About 2 to 3 games into the league. That was the same. That was the Great Escape season, the one in which they had Aaron Ramsdale on loan. Ooh, Ryan Longman splits the defenders on the left-hand side as I speak there. But anyway, they're forced to reset it. That was the Great Escape season. I watched the first couple games, and then I found out about their story about how their club got bought out in 2002 after like 10 years of struggling, after having to share a stadium with Crystal Palace. And, because their club was growing and growing and growing, and their old ground could only hold up so much. And then I went from a follower to a full-fledged supporter since then. And I remember the first game I ever watched live. In previous streams, I actually said, Ollie Palmer, oof. Try to, anyway, I'll show the Giazzo. But anyway, the first game I ever watched live was the AFC Wimbledon versus West Ham FA Cup game. And I was like, woo, okay. I was cheering for them, but I wasn't, going crazy because I wasn't like a diehard supporter at the time. But that's when I truly became a supporter. I talked about in previous streams how the very, very first game I watched live was the game against Wycombe Wanderers, 2 games to go in the season. They won 2-1 with a couple of scrappy goals. But that was a lie. I completely forgot about the AFC Wimbledon versus West Ham game. That was the first game I watched on iFollow. I bought the match pass for $7. And then after that, I just, I became a full-fledged fan. And here I am now. So, yeah, I follow the Premier League more, the Championship a little bit more. But, yeah, AFC Wimbledon, Wumble till I die. As for Manchester United, I don't really support them anymore because I don't want to be that guy where I cheer for two teams. But I still have kind of a soft spot for Man United. Like if they do well, I'll be like, yeah, that's okay. The likes of I like Marcus Rashford. He's a bright young player. But if AFC Wimbledon go up against Manchester United, I'm always going to be for Wimbledon. I'm a Wumble till I die. I do think that AFC Wimbledon will get a fifth goal. I wouldn't bet on it necessarily because Wimbledon are now playing more defensively. They're playing. They're having a little bit more of a defensive shape right now. But I wouldn't say that a fifth goal is out off the table just yet. But you never know. Swindon could get a goal out of desperation. They could just push a bunch of players up. That being said, the Ryan Longman plays a nice ball over to Ollie Palmer on the left-hand side. Not the most pacey individual, but when he's on the ball, he can provide some pretty good passes. Gets a little chip into the cross, though. Not a very convincing cross, but the clearance was not convincing either. Back over to McLaughlin, but he gets shrugged off the ball. Ooh, okay, National League? Which team might that be? I'm not familiar with the National League at all. Let's see, National League standings. Oh, when I looked up National League, it actually showed me MLB, American Baseball. National League standings. Hartlepool United, that's a familiar face. I think they've been in and out of League Two. Hartlepool, Sutton. Oh, Notts County, yeah, that's another familiar face. Dagenham and Redbridge. That's a meme team. If any of you guys know FNG, FNG is a Liverpool fan, but he is also kind of a Dagenham and Redbridge fan because I remember he made a couple of Dagenham and Redbridge jokes in his videos, and then Dagenham and Redbridge, say that 10 times fast, but their official Twitter actually reached out to his name is Niran, and I guess they shouted out Niran, and Niran showed that in his video, and he's like, okay, I'm a Dagenham and Redbridge fan now. It's kind of funny, but yeah. Dagenham Redbridge. Say that 10 times fast. Torquay United. What's the what is the precedent that? Okay, I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this, but what is the standard in regards to promotion? Is it top 2 gets promoted, top 3 gets promoted? And then like 4th through 7th playoffs or 3rd through 7th playoffs? Or 3rd through 6th, I should say. I mean, a couple of these teams look familiar. The ones I already mentioned, Hartlepool, Notts County, and Dagenham and Redbridge. Halifax Town is also familiar. I know the Dons played Halifax Town in the FA Cup a couple years back in the first round, I think, and they barely squeaked out like a 2-0 victory or something like that, but that's another familiar face. Yeah, James, I know. Crazy last 3 games. They look like a top 6 side. I'm wondering where this was earlier in the season. This is a clinical Dons. This is a confident Dons. And yeah, nice physicality there from Ollie Palmer as he was able to win the ball back. Ollie Palmer with the shot near post was blocked. Out for a corner kick here. What the... Wait. Okay, I'm looking at the standings right here for National League, and Dover Athletic have 0 games played, 0 points? What's that all about? What happened to Dover Athletic? I have no clue. Is their club non-existent anymore because of COVID? Oh, okay. As of an article posted on February 10th, 2021, National League Club has run out of money, unfortunately. That's really unfortunate. We saw Barry FC getting buried. I swear, I can't go one live stream without a cheesy pun. But Barry FC ended up being buried because of COVID. They were not able to provide enough funds to keep their club alive. Anyway, Swindon Town on the left-hand side here. Back over to Twine. Ooh, that was a good strike underneath the crossbar. Danger's not clear. It's a goal for Swindon. Rip. Rest in peace. The clean sheet for Nick Zanev. That was a hell of a strike from Twine. We saw a good strike from Twine in about the 20th minute. It was a knuckleball from about the same distance. This time it was a inside of the foot effort just above Nick Zanev there. He wasn't able to get a touch over the crossbar. But yeah, it hit the underside of the crossbar. Nobody from the Dons was able to pick up that rebound. That second chance opportunity was tucked away by Smith. Ooh. Let me pull that Giazzo back. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to see a clean sheet there from Nick Zanev, but in the end, I don't think this is going to put too much of a dent in the results. I think it's more of a consolation goal than anything. Michael Williams. Hi there, just want to say I'm a huge Wimbledon fan. All in all, I just want to say I'm going to be here for all the away games if you do them. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words, my friend. I will continue to do these streams. I may not be the most... I'm trying to think of the word. I may not be the most smooth commentator. Sometimes I do stumble on my words, but that's just because I have quote-unquote crackhead energy, if you will. I'm more chill in real life, but when I do commentary, whether it's for I almost said soccer, football, or esports, as I do a little bit of esports casting, I'm very active. I'm very outgoing because I don't want to be boring. I don't want to say, oh, yeah, what a goal there. Like Martin Tyler. He's like, oh, what's a goal? You get a bicycle overhead kick. He's like, oh, what's a fantastic goal. Rest in peace, Martin Tyler. He's lost passion for the game. But I want to be engaging. I want to be outgoing. But I appreciate the kind words nonetheless. Sorry, I just had to throw that. I just had to throw some shade on Martin Tyler there because he used to be one of the most exciting commentators, one of the most engaging. But it's just not there anymore. The passion is not there. Whether he lost passion for the game or lost passion for commentary, I think it's more so he lost passion for commentary. All those years of commentary has just kind of mentally drained him, and at this point, he just doesn't really care anymore. Peter Drury, Arlo White are two of my favorite commentators now. They're both very exciting, and they make the game a lot more captivating and draw a lot more interest. Commentary, I'm a huge advocate for exciting and engaging commentary, as I do think that it makes the game a lot more watchable and a lot more exciting to watch. And you can think of commentators from other leagues too, like Kevin Harlan for the NBA. Who else? Yeah, Kevin Harlan, Mike Breen for the NBA, the guy that goes bang, bang. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's the main commentator for ESPN or TNT for those main broadcasted games for the U.S. But I'm a huge advocate for excitement in the commentary. There's also this guy named Joe Buck. He's a commentator for football games. Not the most exciting commentator in the world. He's very repetitive. A lot of times he goes, pass is caught at the 25-yard line. Pass is caught. A lot of people have been giving him some stick for that. But yeah, in the old FIFAs. I'm trying to think of some lines. Wait. FIFA commentary lines. What is your favorite Martin Tyler and Alan Smith comment? I haven't played FIFA in a while, so my memory's kind of foggy with those. Hat trick goal number 3. He's really been on form. Momentum is with them now. Oh yeah, so close, hit the post. That one's a good one. When CR7 misses a header, he's not known for his headed ability. Goalkeeper pulls off a worldie. Standard save for this goalkeeper. Keeper gently collects a P roller. That is one of the great saves. Okay. That reminds me of you in your prime, Alan. Well, you're too kind, Martin. Anytime someone scores a headed goal. Okay. Well, there were 2 behind and now they're even Stevens. At this point, I'm not even focusing on the game anymore. I'm just focusing on the commentary. Oh, he's hit the post! Yeah, I've heard that so many times. Oh, you're from the UK, okay. Do you follow the Major League Baseball? I'm not really much of a baseball fan. I am an Angels fan myself. I know. If I'm from Southern California, why wouldn't I cheer for the Dodgers? Because the Dodgers are the team that wins all the chips. They win all the rings. Well, to be specific, I'm not actually from LA. I'm 45 minutes southwest. And so the Anaheim Ducks and the LA Angels, they used to be known as the Anaheim Angels. Those 2 teams are a lot closer to me. They're more of a local team. They're more local to my particular vicinity. So I've been supporting them since early 2010s, ever since I started following sports. And also a big Chargers fan for football. Huge Chargers fan. And I may end up doing some more sports aside from football. I may do some live reactions for Chargers games, for Angels games, Lakers game. I am a Lakers fan as well. But yeah, anyway, as for this particular game, 1 more win and we will be safe. Yeah, I'd say so, because the teams below us, Northampton, are kind of in poor form. Wigan are in decent form in the last 10 games or so, I think. But yeah, it's going to be a tall task, because the remaining games, aside from Rochdale, are going to be kind of tough. You have Oxford at home, Lincoln away from home in the last game, and yeah, Portsmouth at home the game before that. It's going to be a tough road, but we'll see how we do. That being said, number 26 here for Swindon, making a bit of a run here, plays it over to the left-hand side, number 45. Luke O'Neill on the defense here. Not able to cut off the cross, but Zanev was able to collect as the cross was too close to him. Oh, you're a Giants fan. Okay. I actually went to San Francisco 2 weeks ago. I went to, before I went on vacation, I missed the Accrington and Ipswich games, respectively. Also the Fleetwood game, but we lost 1-0 in that one. But, I went to San Francisco for 3 days. I went to Atlanta for 2 days, and Miami for 4 days. And I'm going to be posting a couple of vlogs from all of those respective cities. Yes, I do need to change the score to 4-1. You are right. Yeah. So it is 4-1. Thank you for keeping me updated on that one. I haven't done that in a while where I forget to change the score, but I did it with the 4-0 and the 4-1 today. I guess as soon as they scored the 4th goal, I'm like, yeah, good games, guys. I don't need to focus on the scoreboard anymore. They got this. But yeah, I'm an Angels fan, as mentioned before. The Giants, I'm not entirely familiar with how they did last year. I know they won the World Series in 2015 or 16. National League. Yeah, the Giants. Yeah, they went 29-31 last season. They're kind of mid-table at the moment. The Dodgers. I mean, it's kind of hard when you have the Dodgers in the same division, it's kind of difficult to deal with that. But yeah, the Angels have kind of been struggling through the years. They do have Mike Trout and the Japanese maestro Ohtani, but unfortunately they don't really have much else aside from those two. I know Albert Pujols already retired at this point. And the Athletics, the Astros, and the Mariners, all decent teams in their own right, so kind of a difficult division as well. Anyway, free kick here for Luke O'Neill to try to put into the box. He has been absolutely great for us in terms of putting balls into the box. In swinger. Not high enough, easily cleared away. Jaakko Oxenden is able to pick it up. Paul Ostu on the ball here. Ooh. Ayuba Sal again with the physicality. Even though he lacks the physicality, he's able to shrug off his man. It was a nice through ball played in initially, but unfortunately took one touch too many and got his got the ball picked off there by number 11, Garrick. Ryan Longman on the ball here. Again, Garrick playing pretty well defensively. Kind of one of their bright spots, Swindon, has been Garrick. He's been playing up and down the field, being dangerous, trying to make those outside runs and play the ball into the box. And then defensively has been tracking back pretty well. Other than that, though, Swindon have been, let's be honest here, woeful. They have been quite awful. The second half, they picked it up a little bit, but nothing too intense. They didn't create that many chances. Aside from the first 8 minutes of the game in which they had a couple of really clear-cut chances, it's been all Wimbledon since then. They gave the ball a lot. They gave the ball away a lot in that back four. Anytime they would receive the ball, they would kind of hold the ball up a little bit too long. They would get too complacent, allowing the likes of Joe Pigott and Ollie Palmer to cut off the pass that they would make or to pick their pockets before they make that pass. So, credit to Wimbledon for that high press defensively in that first half to force some errors for Swindon. And, the marking also hasn't been very good for Swindon. So, AFC Wimbledon capitalizing, something that they haven't really done in the middle of the season. And it's looking to me like a couple minutes of extra time. They aren't showing on the scoreboard. They aren't showing how many minutes of extra time there are. But yeah, I do have to go pretty much right after this game, though. Maybe not right after this game, but I have to run an errand real quick, and then I have to pick up my mother from the mechanic. I was going to hang out with my friend over in LA, but unfortunately that has to wait. Anyway, maybe Swindon can get another consolation goal here. Ball was whipped in. Number 27 there. What's his name? Yeah, Tyrese Omotoye coming off the bench just 20 minutes prior. His header was wide of the goal because Paul Osu went up and jumped for the header. He missed it, but just jumping for the header, just contesting for it was enough to put off Otoye, or Omotoye, I should say. That being said, I think this should be the final whistle. No? Okay, they're going to let it go on. Oof. Yeah, holiday was good. I went to three cities, San Francisco, Atlanta, and Miami, and it was, let's just say, a breath of fresh air, because I've been working a lot and going to taking online classes. I took advantage of the spring break that I had from school, and yeah, San Francisco was great, although driving around there was an absolute nightmare. Driving up there was kind of iffy too, because I drove almost 8 hours there and back. And driving around San Francisco was a nightmare because there's a lot of curves, a lot of hills, and a couple of signal lights in which you can't really see the signal light itself very well, because usually the signal lights are, they hang above you, you're able to see it. But there were a couple of intersections in which the signal light was in the middle of the split of the road, and it was not even that high. It was like a very small signal light. It was hard to see. I had to slam on the brakes at one point because I just saw that. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't see that. But yeah, San Francisco was fun. Very nice views, especially Twin Peaks. If you ever want to go to San Francisco, I'd highly recommend going to Twin Peaks. You get to see San Francisco in all its glory, especially at night too. You get to see all the night lights, and it's beautiful. Atlanta is cool, a little bit historical, not that much to do there. It's more a place to move to if you have a nice job over there, especially if you're in the film industry. Not much of a place to tour, although you can go to Stone Mountain. It's a nice little hike. You can go to the MLK house, the house that MLK was born in. You can go underneath the bridges. There's a lot of graffiti underneath those bridges. And then Miami, absolutely gorgeous. The Atlantic Ocean, very warm, a lot warmer than the Pacific. The Pacific Ocean freezes my balls off. But yeah, I'm going to post a vlog, a couple parts, one part for each city. That being said, the game has ended 4-1 for the Dons. I think I've already hit up on a lot of the points. The Dons looked very impressive. Meanwhile, Swindon looked absolutely poor. And it was just a case of AFC Wimbledon capitalizing on Swindon's faults, if you will. Lack of marking, conceding the ball a lot. To be fair, though, the third and fourth goals were worked very nicely.